Hello, I am TheZOMBIEJ. I've got a video right here for you on the HD camcorder. That's the HD camera waving its hand as if it had a hand. Yes. Anyway, so... oh boy. So I have a bit of a fear going on, and it's something that's been swirling around in my brains, in my head, for really like the past year or less, or more like the past half year. Okay, maybe it's longer than that, but this is my Samsung camcorder from 2009. I've had this thing since Christmas of 2009. It was my first camcorder. This shitty tripod it's on is a desk tripod, and this is pretty much my setup for recording Mojave videos. So you can see this. It has done the job. Unfortunately, well, obviously this is a bit loose. The battery is wrapped up in E-tape, electric tape, and stuck in the ass there because the battery, the little thing that holds the battery in place broke off, and I lost it. So still got this here SanDisk thing in there. This is its charging cable. It's plugged into the power strip. I had to wrap it in blue electric tape because of exposed wiring, copper wiring. So this essentially plugs into the anus of the camcorder, and the light turns on. Now that light is orange right now. It was at green earlier because it was done charging. So it might turn back to green here in a few seconds, I don't know. But imagine this. Imagine if the battery quit working and it couldn't take a charge anymore. Much like my iPhone 3GS. It's a scary thought. You know, this camera has served me for 13 years now. We're going on 13 years. Oh my God. I would be incredibly just shocked and horrified and really kind of devastated if my camcorder decided to go off itself, basically. That's what I'm saying. If my camcorder decided to, you know, somehow quit working for the rest of its existence, if it decided to, you know, just stop taking a charge. Yeah, I feel like after 13 years of use, it probably would, but I don't want it to, because this is my main camcorder. This is the camcorder that really was, it's a workhorse. It really served me rather well, making a fuck ton of videos between now and basically Christmas of 2009. I love this camera. I mean, obviously I give it grief sometimes, but it still works. It works. That's the thing, it works. But if the camera somehow, you know, just decided to, you know, again, if it decided to, you know, off itself and die permanently, I would be devastated. I really would be. I would be just absolutely a mental wreck. Like, really. Because I wouldn't be able to make 55-minute long videos or hour-long videos. Well, close to an hour. With this camera, because this camera stops after 20 minutes and then goes on to another video 20 minutes after that. Yeah, it has a limit. And this one was released 10 years ago. This one can record up to an hour and 1 minute. Well, maybe even more than that. I've had videos that I recorded up to, say, an hour and 2 minutes at the most, and continuously, while also have to take a charge. So, I mean, I've put a lot of stress on the battery and the entire system of this thing. You know, this thing will get warm. It will get warm after quite a while, actually. Quite a length of time. It'll get really warm, especially at its age right now. It's an old camcorder. This thing will get warm after, I don't know, like, let's say 3 or 4 or maybe 5 videos. And this thing definitely works for one takes. But the thing is, if I wanted to record multiple segments and combine those into a video, that's what this camera does. This camera has something called Combine, which you can combine files as long as it's less than a gigabyte. You can also divide files on this thing. But unfortunately, I mean, I use both functions, so it's a pretty interesting thing. You know, I don't have to have editing software. I could just edit the videos together onto this camera. Unfortunately, this camera doesn't have Combine and Divide. It doesn't have it doesn't record longer than 20 minutes. It's kind of a bust, but it is what it is. It's good for one-take videos. I fear the absolute demise of this camcorder because it's a workhorse. It really served me rather well, and it worked about as long as it did. I'm surprised it lasted as long as it fucking did. And if it magically, you know, just dies forever and I cannot use it anymore, I'll be sad, very sad. And I really won't be able to do hour-long Moha videos, which I know you guys love those videos. Please let me know if you like those videos in the comment section below. Meanwhile, yeah, I would be basically down to one camera, this one, you know. This camera is serviceable, yes. Like if I wanted to record a full Moha video, like a full 50-minute long video, I would have to record in 3 parts and combine them somehow, but I don't have that option on this camera like I do with this camera. It's a mess. It really is. I absolutely just cannot. I mean, you guys have to understand. Some of y'all are probably camera enthusiasts and probably could give me advice on how to cope with the death of this camera if it decided to go bye-bye and die, and yeah. Because one of these days, this camera will stop working. And I mean, stop working for good. And I absolutely fear that day may come sooner than you think. But, I don't know what I would do. I'd be like some kind of emotional wreck, possibly, because, and I'm sure psychologists out there will probably, or psychiatrists, whatever, could probably help me out with that too, because I really don't want this camera to stop working. I want it to continue to work. You know, I put a lot of stress on the battery and whatnot, and the innards of the thing, and it just keeps working. It just keeps working. I've had some issues here and there. Like, for example, in humid areas, the camera, like if I'm in the middle of recording, like if it's very humid outside, this one instance I had the camera basically go static. Well, okay, it wasn't going static in terms of the audio. The video portion just went, and it went to like this visual staticky stuff, and I'm like, what the fuck just happened? So I had to take out the battery and put the battery back in and reset it and delete the video that was corrupted. Well, it wasn't corrupt, it was just kind of, okay, maybe it was corrupt, but that's happened a couple of times here and there. There are other things that I hate about this camera, like for some reason if I'm recording what would intended to be a 55-minute long video, I would end up recording, and it would, you know, just stop recording and then go to another recording session. It's like, wow. And then depending on the size of both segments, I try to combine them, and they can't be combined because it's over a gigabyte. Wow. This camera definitely has its flaws, and I can understand why this one has better technology put into it, better guts and whatnot. But again, I would just be really destroyed if this thing decided to off itself. I don't know what I would do, honestly. In the comment section below, please let me know what I could do to cope with the death of this thing, because boy, I don't know. Maybe, you know, I could always get, here's the thing, I could always get, if it is even available on eBay or Amazon, another copy of this exact camcorder, this exact model. I can't remember the model name, but yeah, I could always get a new copy of this exact model and get it off either Amazon or eBay or maybe Samsung's website if they still have it. But since it's from 2009, most likely not. But yeah, this thing, to get a new copy of it would probably be, I mean, this thing already was pretty expensive back in 2009. But nowadays, I don't know how much you think it would cost on eBay. Probably a lot less, considering it's weaker than this camera in some ways. But this camera has some strengths and weaknesses. This camera, oh, it's back to green now. Yay, it's fully fucking charged. Thank you, camera. Obviously, I've weakened the battery. It's definitely has, both of these cameras have their issues, but I enjoy using both of them. This one for one takes, this one for one takes as well, and also for combining multiple files. Basically how I work. So, the charging cable right there, we go. So, yeah, what do I do? Post in the comment section below. What do I do if this thing decides to just die for good? Because I don't want to lose this thing. This thing has survived through so many years of brutal use and whatnot, and I've dropped it a number of times. You know, I've had to reset a lot of things and whatnot. You know, I had to go with the color schemes and whatnot, you know. This thing was just a workhorse, and it did its job. It's still doing its job rather well. So what do I do if this thing dies? Do I just continue using this camera for, like, say, 2-part Moha videos, or just shorter Moha videos? I don't know. It's like, problem is, if I can't get another copy of this exact camcorder off of Amazon or eBay for a decent price, I guess I'm just stuck with this one. I don't know. I don't want to be stuck with just this camcorder. I want both options available. So, because that's what I have now. I have this and I have this. So, I'm sure some of y'all probably have experience in the field of camera technology and whatnot. So, please let me know what I can do to, you know, cope with this. Because I fear I may just be an emotional wreck if I lose this fucking thing. Yeah. The fact that the battery is has E-tape around it and stuck into the ass of the camcorder is, yeah, it's kind of shit, but I had to do it, and it still works, surprisingly, so there you go. But that is the video. That's what I wanted to talk about for this video. I will have a Moha video, hopefully, tonight, sometime. And, yeah. Share with me in the comment section below your camera stories. What was your first camcorder? What was your most recent camcorder? Share your memories in the comment section below, and let's talk about camcorders, because these things are fun. So, with that being said, I'm TheZOMBIEJ. I'll see you folks later. Have a good fucking day, and peace.